Well, hello. It is time for the next game, and I have a lot of concerns about this one. We're going to have to get a few things put up front for anybody who cares. I'm very nervous about doing this one. Here's the deal. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. I am playing this on Steam. And I'm familiar with this game. I've owned it for a long time. I've spent some hours in it. However, how familiar am I with this game is really complex in its description. As far as playing through the story, I completed the first chapter one time. That amounts to probably some of the minority of time that I've spent with this game. For whatever reason, and I think I referenced this way back in like the first Welcome to Joy Boys videos, if my memory is correct, I don't know, where I had a problem with this game in that they give you all these different character builds that you can do, and I had more time spent doing the tutorial section and then like the first two sections of the first chapter for each build, and never really got anywhere, and then I would burn myself out of the game, that kind of thing. Also, when I did actually make it to the second chapter, I did it without really reading anything. So I had all of these quests that I didn't do at all, or that I did, but I never turned them in. I didn't know who I was supposed to turn what into. So despite having done that, I don't entirely know what the plot is of this game. I remember the word Water Davian as creatures you're supposed to get. And then came the next question: how do you cheat at this game? It turns out there's a lot of options for that. And I'm going to stick, I think, with just the console commands. I think the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to turn on debug mode, and I'm going to then just like give ridiculous attributes. And I think that should allow me to really speed up these fights. By the way, I should also mention this is a BioWare game, and BioWare is one of the two companies that have their own row for series. So this isn't the first game of the Neverwinter Nights series on Tropeacetic. This is the first game of the BioWare series on Tropeacetic. And a lot of you watching this may have only become familiar with BioWare through Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Before those came out, the way that things were done here at Neverwinter Nights, and then eventually Knights of the Old Republic, is a lot of watching canned animations. So I want to speed up combat in a major way just for that. Those of you who are familiar with Neverwinter, despite the time that I put in, I don't know how to, best play this game. I think you probably got that idea from how I told you I was playing it before, but there's a real question of how I want to handle the content here. Neverwinter Nights has its vanilla story. That is for sure what I'm going to attempt to do here. I don't remember what order. I think it's Shadows of Undrentide and then Horde of the Underdark. And I think you use the same character for those. I think it's just expansion pack stuff. And then, of course, you've got the expanded universe because of the tool set that they gave people who are fans of this game. I'm not doing those. Shadow and Horde, I don't know. It's going to depend on how smoothly this vanilla goes. So I wanted to say that right up front because this isn't just me taking my time playing and enjoying this game. This is obviously me trying to figure out how tropey is it, Last thing to do, what am I playing as? Let's go ahead and click new. You cannot see my mouse cursor. Between episodes, I might fix that. But yeah, here we go. Here's all this stuff. So the classic campaigns, Wailing Death, definitely going to try and do that. Shadows and Hordes, I don't know. Kingmaker, Shadowguard, Witch's Wake, and so on. I remember these names because when I got this stuff was already out. But I've never once dipped my toe in anything other than Wailing Death. That's a weird sentence now that I think about it. Anyway, the extra content, one day on my own, maybe I'll check it out. But then again, how old is this game? And I've had it for a while and I haven't yet, so probably never. And then, of course, you've got this community stuff, premium. Oh my God, just so many things that were made for this. A really cool idea and something that I would kind of like to see BioWare get back to, but I'm guessing there's just not money there. BioWare is definitely part of an EA now, because I think this was published by one of the weird reincarnations of Atari, if I remember correctly. Also, I had to edit out a lot of thumping sounds from Etrian Odyssey because this mic stand that I'm using that I'm so happy with is very sensitive to noise. So I have my water bottle in a special place. So this is going to be interesting because I have gotten around not reading these things. And so I don't have a good handle on the characters. I know who that chick is. I don't remember her name. And I know I have this memory that about something about her with the one time I played through to the second chapter. But when I'm talking to other people, I'm just like clicking through things, to be honest with you. So there's going to be a lot of stuff I don't know. So we're going to start with Erebeth. There we go. Lady Erebeth. That's what her name is. So we're going to start there. Author BioWare. So weird to see that. Okay. We're going to start with the prelude. We're going to create a new character. All right. So we're going to go with a hymns race. And like right here, right off the bat now, I have no idea. I thought about this and I thought less about the race, more about the class. Most of my time spent playing this game has been as a fighter, a paladin, and a monk. So I don't want to do this playthrough with any of those. I started thinking about Bard because of prestige classes, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to follow that kind of thing. I thought about druids and rangers, and I also thought about wizards and sorcerers. I'm not going to do wizards or sorcerers because reading about them, it feels like that is, especially sorcerer, feels like a thing that a lot of people play this game as. So maybe, make this a little different. Druid and ranger, which way did I want to go? I essentially settled on ranger. I don't think it's a huge way to play it, but I think I'm going to go without the companion or henchman that you get, like Tommy and stuff like that, because if I remember how this stuff works, if I'm giving them ridiculous statistics, they should be able to get all sorts of non-class abilities like taking care of traps and things that are locked. So that's the way I'm going. So if I'm going to go, I'm going to go ranger, and I'm going to make him like an archer type ranger because I believe I'm going to get a pet familiar. And if that's the case, the one that I'm going to go with that I think is an option, it should be my frontline guy eventually. So do I want to be a dwarf ranger? Let's see what happens. We get constitution and not charisma. So those aren't going to really matter because of the way that I plan on cheating here. Let's see. So here's their special stuff. Better search checks if you're in a subterranean area. Okay. Dark vision is a nice thing that I think I want, so I don't have to worry about torches too much. Hardiness versus poisons. I'm not going to be worried about saving throws because, again, of the way I'm going to be cheating. Better attack against orcs and goblinoids. I don't remember that word. Bugbears are goblins of some sort. I see D&D people. I don't be confused that I know this game and that I somehow know stuff about D&D. Rob talks about it. He and Josh play. I tried once. I wasn't into it. It wasn't for me. I don't, put it down or anything. Dodging lore. So I'm not really seeing much other than dark vision that I give a crap about dwarf. Elf. What do we got for an elf? They favor wizardry, apparently. Sleeplessness. They're immune to spells and effects of the sleep subtype. Okay, that's cool. Hardiness. Bonus proficiency with shortbow and longbow. That could be helpful. So could the listen, search, and spot. Okay. Keen senses. Elves make active search checks automatically and with no movement penalties. I think I like that. And they get low light. All right. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards an elf. Gnome. Gnome, what they mean. Small stature. No, I don't care about the small stature stuff. Good against reptilians and goblinoids. I don't remember there being reptilians in this game. Or I just never got there. Same thing with giants. I don't remember giants either. Listen and concentrate are stronger. Also low. Nope, sticking with elves over that. Halflings, the troublemakers, is my understanding. Rogues and rangers feel somewhat similar. Also small stature. They get a +1 luck bonus. That's hilarious. Good aim. That's with throwing weapons, though. Special. Halflings are small creatures, and as such, they can never use large weapons like these ones. Okay, doesn't bother me, but I'm not sure I really want to go that way. A half-elf. What's the deal here? They live to about 180. I wish that was true for us, too. So they don't really have a favored class. Sleeplessness, partial affinity for listen, search, and spot. Also low light vision. How does that really compare with elves? That doesn't seem like... Oh, they don't... The elves had the bow proficiency. That's right. Okay, half orc. Probably not going to be the choice for me. Although, if you want to have some fun dialogue context, that's a great class. They just really have dark vision on top of that, so no, definitely not there. Human, I kind of want to skip human, I think, because it is so basic, but what are their things? They also have any favored class. Quick to master 1 extra feat at first level. I do love feats in games like this. And the extra skill points aren't going to matter, so that's not enough. So I guess I'm going elf. All right. Oh, right, you need to pick a portrait. I forgot about the portraits. So I'm a ranger, right? Or I'm going to be. Who looks like a ranger? He's doing magic. You know what? This guy looks kind of cool, and you can't really tell what he's holding, so let's go with that. All right, class. So here we go. Ranger. Roger. Oh, yeah, the alignment stuff. Okay. Good, neutral, evil, and then lawful, neutral, or true, or chaotic. Okay. I didn't think about this. I forgot how big of a deal this was, which is funny because, I mean, it's a BioWare game, and they all do a simplistic version of this later on. So I think the way I'm going to approach the quests, I'm going to be a good guy. I have a real hard time playing as jerks, even in video games. So we're going to stick it with the goods at the top here. So the differences are what? A paladin who fights evil without mercy and who protects the innocent without hesitation is lawful good, emphasizing honor and compassion. Okay. I love compassion. Neutral good. That's a cleric who helps others according to their needs is neutral good. I like that. It means doing what is good without bias toward or against order. I don't really know how to think about that sentence. Chaotic good, a ranger who waylays the evil baron's tax collectors is chaotic good. Chaotic good combines a good heart with a free spirit. Oh, I just noticed they gave little, so Crusader, Benefactor, Rebel, Judge, Undecided, Free Spirit, Dominator, Malefactor, and Destroyer. Okay, no to Crusader. The word Crusader makes me very nervous because of history. So would I rather be a Benefactor or a Rebel? You know, I'm just going to go Benefactor, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So that's something else I plan on doing with the BioWare series of things, is I want to take my personal opinions, or I guess it's not the right word, but I want to make a caricature of my feelings is how I'm going to do that. So that's why we're going to start out neutral here. Because what's it? No, I think this is the one to go with. So I'm going to have to try and keep that in mind as we go. Right. Abilities. So I'm just going to hit recommended here. It's not going to matter. I think I'm going to turn all of these to like 50 is once we get in there. Packages. Right. Okay. So we've got the default. I don't really know what this does. I think this changes some of the equipment you start with, and maybe some of the feats you start with. I've never really understood that. So we've got the default marksman, which is what I'm leaning towards. Oh, warden. What is their deal? Sword and bow. Okay. Stalker. Yeah, I don't really want to play it that way. I feel like that's fun. You can do that in this game, but I feel like that is for a much slower playthrough, I feel like. Giant killer. Interesting. So I guess I'll just go marksman. And again, I don't really know what that means. Yes, this customized screen. I've never enjoyed this screen. I never thought it was very good. What color do we want to be, guys? Wow, that's bad. I don't know. Aren't elves usually like greenish or bluish, kind of? I don't know. I don't know my elf lore. That's fine. We'll just go with that. Hair color. I thought they all had like silver hair, or... Oh no, there was black hair in the photo, wasn't it? I don't remember now. Yeah, so none of the rest of this matters.
Attack, I say!
Oh, the voices. I forgot about the voices.
The battle is on!
To your weapons! And by my direction, attack! Attack!
Get on them! Attack! Attack! Attack!
I'm pretty sure this next one is one of Rob's favorites.
Attack! I say attack!
There you go, Rob.
Strike at them! Attack! By my will, attack! Show them your steel! Attack!
I hear the battle calling! Attack!
That sounds totally annoying. We're going to go with that. Name. Fert. Bergeron. I don't know. It's a name, all right? He's Fert Bergeron, the elf archer. Oh, I wasn't even close with what his hair color was. It's fine.
The Frozen North, the name given to the stark and unforgiving frontier that lies beyond the high moor of Faerun. A bleak wilderness where barbarian clans and tribes of giants roam the land and fierce dragons rule the skies. But amidst the frozen savagery stands a bastion of civilization, the city of Neverwinter, jewel of the north. Behind the city's high walls, those both hardy and brave carve out an existence from this bleak land under the guidance and protection of the legendary hero, Lord Nasher Alagonda. Yet there are some things that all the courage in the world cannot stand against. A virulent plague swept the city, a terrible affliction that began in the beggar's nest. Soon, all of Neverwinter would feel the touch of the wailing death. The disease could not be cured. Panic ensued. The streets erupted into violence. The jewel of the North was brought to its knees. To save Neverwinter, Lady Aribeth de Tilmarand, Paladin of Tyr, and Lord Nash's right hand put forth the call for a champion. A rush of would-be heroes answered her call, some drawn by promises of grandeur and glory, others by the lure of gold. Those with the greatest potential were initiated into the academy to train and study under the greatest minds of Neverwinter, all in the hopes a champion might emerge to save the city from the wailing death, and whatever sinister force might be behind it.
Boy, they enhanced this game, but not those cutscenes, huh? That was some hard-to-read font. Okay, well, here we are. So let's get a feel for this real fast. I made some choices regarding the keys. It's chests in each room. Now, if I remember right, there's a trigger for him to talk to you there, so that's why I'm not moving forward. Let's turn the map on for the area. I like to have that up. What are we wearing? We got a woodsman outfit or leather armor. What is the difference for this guy? That has nothing to do with anything. Okay. This has something to do with something. So, a light flail, a dagger, short bow. So we'll start with the short bow, I guess. I thought they do stack. Okay, good to know. We do want the torch, and in fact, let's do, how do I, boom, there we go. Stealth mode, but not search, because he doesn't have to, is my guess there. We'll end up selling most of these things, because we just, oh boy, it's not grabby enough. All right, weight limit 116 pounds. We're about to blow that up. Here's the journal. Okay. Character. All right, here's my stuff. So let's take a look at the... Well, let's go ahead and do the cheats first. Let's get it out of the way. So, tilde, debug mode 1. Success. Hooray. Actually, might as well keep this up. So what did I say? 50 we're going to do here. So set str 50. I just bumped into a bunch of stuff. Yep, there we go. Set dex 50. This is exciting. This is real life. Whoop. Oh, right. That has to do with the armor thing. Set con 50. Set int 50. And I think intelligence is where skill points come from. So we should have plenty. Hopefully we don't run into an issue where it won't let me move on because I didn't use them all. Because wouldn't that be just great? Okay, so there we go. With that out of the way. And that's really about it. The only other thing I plan on using is I know the other one is DM heal. In case we get into any trouble. We shouldn't, but just in case. Right. That's the skills. So we've got light and medium armor proficiency. Great. Dual wield. How does that work here? Okay, I don't know that that's going to matter for us. We have a favored enemy of orcs. Hardiness versus enchantments. We're immune to sleep stuff. Keen sense. That's a search while making the passive search, which is great. We've got low light vision. I never remember going on any animal, and I always wondered about this stuff. Point blank shot. A character with this feat negates the -4 penalty for using missile weapons in melee and gains an... Oh, good. Cool. That will help for me. That means I don't have to worry about anything else at the moment. Shield. Listen, spot, search. Trackless step. What is this? +4 competence bonus to hide and move silently when in wilderness areas. Interesting. What are elf weapons? Oh, okay. All right, so nothing really too incredible, but we just started. Rest. Well, I'm very interested to see how rest works in this game. I have a recollection of rest having gotten broken at some point. We'll see if that's true or not. So, looks good. Some good lighting after all these years. Ooh, the club. Not going to use it. All right, this guy's going to bother us. Bother. Yep, let's see. What do you want?
Finally, you're up. I was afraid you were going to sleep all day. I guess the instructors work you pretty hard here at the academy.
That's awfully quiet. I'm pretty sure when I went into options for the sound, I maxed out voices. I sure did. I can't turn that up anymore. Sorry, guys. Why it's so quiet, I don't know.
My name's Pavel. I'm one of the new recruits. I just arrived here at the academy this morning.
Say my name, Pavel. It's Fert Bergeron. I can't even say my name. Yes, I am Fert Bergeron. Thank you for asking. Oh, we're done with the voice acting already? Great. Is it true what they say about you that Lady Erebeth herself ordered the academy to send you an invitation to come here for training? How would I know? I've never heard of anyone being invited to train at the academy before. Usually people are begging to get in. It must be a great honor for you. Yeah, I guess I'll say this one is both an honor and a privilege for me to serve Neverwinter. You're pretty modest for someone who's got such high expectations on him. It wasn't quite so easy for me to get into the academy. My brother, I forgot about him having a twin brother named Bim. My brother Bim and I were working on one of the nearby farms outside the city when we heard Lady Erebeth had put out a call for heroes to come to the aid of Neverwinter. We knew the city was suffering, but we didn't realize how bad things were until we got here. We arrived just before they sealed the gates and quarantined the city. Thank the gods I got accepted into the academy. I wouldn't want to be out there on the streets with the plague, not with the city guards barely able to keep order. I don't actually know much about the plague. The Wailing Death is a plague worse than any recorded in the entire history of Neverwinter. The whole city has been quarantined. Nobody is allowed in or out. The Neverwinter militia do their best to enforce the quarantine, but people don't like being trapped inside the walls of a plague-infested city. Every day, more bodies pile up in the streets, and the citizens move one step closer to panic and open rebellion. Can't say I blame them. It's only been a few months, and already the dead number in the thousands. Shouldn't someone be looking for a cure? Most people have given up any hope of finding a cure for the Wailing Death. Potions and medicinal herbs do nothing, and even the prayers of the city's most powerful clergy have been ineffective. I guess that's why Lady Erebeth ordered the academy to open its doors to new recruits. The city needs a hero. I need a hero. Someone who can save us all from the Wailing Death. The word on the street is that Erebeth is actually working on a cure right here in the academy, but that's just a rumor. Probably not even true. Save the world? Puh. Can you tell me anything else about this plague? I don't know what more I can say about the plague. Everyone in the city is afraid of the Wailing Death. The bodies are piling up in the streets and the city... Oh, didn't he already say that? Pretty much. Tell me more about these rumors of a plague cure. I only know what people are saying on the street. Some claim Erebeth has a cure and she's going to start passing it out soon. Others claim she's keeping that cure for herself. But like I said, it's just rumors. Maybe some of the people who've been here at the academy longer than I have would know more about the cure. If there even is one. It's a good band. Anything else you can tell me? You can speak to my brother Bim over by the door if you want some tips, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Done with you, Pavel. Quit talking to me, Pavel. Yeah, right before BioWare became voice acting central. Even though they have it in here. A little hitch in the graphics there. Don't know why that happened. Alright, let's talk to Bim. God, he's named Bim.
To my brother Pavel. My name is Bim. If you want, I can give you a short tutorial on adventuring.
That's the furthest thing that I want. I forgot that you can say that you don't want to do tutorial to him. That is awesome. Good job, developers. BioWare. I think there might be something to this company.
Hello there. Come to get yourself some supplies from old Olga, have you? Good idea. Can't have you wandering about the streets naked. Might give the Academy a bad name.
The city guard are already having enough trouble maintaining control as it is. Plague bodies piled a dozen deep in the gutters, the wailing death running unchecked through the districts. Horrible, I say. But you've heard all this before, I'm sure. Here, I've got some equipment for you. A ranger like you might find it handy in completing your training. I already know how to work my inventory. I don't need a tutorial on how to use stores. Let's take a look at his, though. At least to sell our own thing. When did we get this chain shirt? Who gave us that? I don't remember that happening. Huh. I know there's some crafting that you do in this game, but I've never done it. So I don't know what I'm supposed to be hanging on to and what I don't need to hang on to. So, yeah. I'm going to try and play this without buying any of the equipment. I'm just gonna... I figure with the cheating, why bother, you know? So, we won't be doing any of that. He really needs to clean up his crap in here. Alright, on we go. Through the academy. Berna...
Hey there! You're one of the students here at the academy, aren't you?
Say my name. It's Fert. I'm Berna, an instructor here at the academy. If you like, I can give you a quick tutorial on how to use your map and your journal. No. I don't have any questions for you either. Goodbye, lady. Oh yeah, we're going to get some books in here, aren't we? Return of the Beast and the Nether Scrolls. One time while trying to play this game, I tried to read all of these when they came up. Snooze fest for me. I didn't know the references, so... I think I prefer my... Oh, we have to check that though, don't we? Ha 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 ha. I don't know why I did that. These books are... Oh wait. Are they actually just summarizing them? No, I think this is it. I think this one right here shows it. Books are about a page or two. Sweet. Already getting some of the... What was that sound? God. The combat sounds. I forgot.
It's about time you showed up, recruit. My name is Herben. As far as your worthless hide is concerned, you could just call me sir.
Man, if only I could turn up the freaking volume of the voices, then you could hear him when he quietly grumbles, "You can just call me sir." It's my job to teach you raw recruits some tips on combat techniques so you maggots don't get gutted out there in the real world. This is my rifle. Well, recruit, don't just stand there with that dopey expression on your face. What's it going to be? Are you ready to begin your combat training or aren't you? Alright, let's get this over with. I don't like being talked to like that. You address me as sir when you open your mouth, maggot. If this plague hadn't made us so desperate for recruits, I'd boot your worthless ass out of here for that type of attitude. Dude, I have 50s. But I'm stuck with you and I don't have time to break your spirit and teach you proper respect and discipline. We don't have to like each other, but you will listen to what I have to say. This information might save your life sometime, recruit, so listen up. Whenever you want to use a feat or special attack on an enemy, we don't need... I know how this kind of works. Yeah, I get it already. You got a real attitude problem, boy. Well, don't call me a boy to start with, but your smart mouth isn't going to be my problem much longer, so listen up and let's get this lesson over with. He's teaching more of that. I know how to play the game. Yeah, I've got it. No need to shout and holler. If I don't shout, recruit, it might not get through that thick layer of dung covering your brain. Now listen up for the next lesson. I don't need another lesson. I got it. Let's move the show along. When a giant is ripping your lips off for talking back, recruit, just remember that somewhere I'll be smiling. Now quit goofing off and stay sharp. You're a ranger, so you automatically get the dual wield feat. As long as you wear only light armor, you can use 2 weapons as if you had the ambidexterity and 2 weapon fighting feats. Medium or heavy armor, interesting, because I also had that medium armor feat. Oh, it's clear, real loud and real clear. On a side note, what's up with your breath? You know what, funny boy? You ain't my problem anymore. I've done my part. The rest is up to you, recruit. Time to prove yourself by facing one of the Academy's combat tests. Go speak to my assistants. Corporal Dendy at the southeast end of the room can test you in melee weapons. Then for your test in ranged combat and missile weapons, speak to Corporal Hewitt over near the west wall. The west wing? Where's this guy? Oh, there he is. I'm like, that wasn't the name I saw before.
So, Herban sent you over for your combat trial, did he? Well, my name is Dendy. I specialize in melee weapon combat. Are you ready to begin your final test?
Sure. I don't have a melee weapon. I sold it. Don't worry, there's nothing to it. You and I are going to spar. I'll be in parry mode the whole time trying to deflect your attacks. All you have to do is hit me once to pass the test. I'm not going to hit you. We'll just hit...
Go and talk to Hewitt to continue your test.
Wait, that counted because he used his bow and I didn't realize he was going to use his bow. That's the... Excuse me? What is he attacking? Cut it out. That... What was that? What happened? I don't know. Was he shooting at these targets already? Like from way over there? Holy crap. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I'm going to steal this stuff so I can sell it. Except for the arrows, because I need those. Where's the guy? Oh, there you are.
Harbin sent you over for your combat trial, did he? Well, my name is Hewitt. I specialize in ranged and missile weapon combat.
Yeah, whatever. See, this is what I mean by skipping the dialogue.
You can't win! That shot was taken too close to the target. It doesn't count. Move back and try again.
You'll be singing a different tune when I shoot you with it.
This weapon has no effect.
I need to talk to you again. I guess congratulations are in order. You passed the combat trial and completed your basic training. Your days at the Academy are finally over.
Gee, I wonder why they're having such a hard time when this is it. If you hurry, you can join the other Academy graduates in the South Assembly Hall. Lady Arabeth is there, bestowing blessings on everyone who has completed basic training. Lady Arabeth? Excuse me, I'm having a conversation. You're kidding, right? Everyone knows that Lady Arabeth de Tilmarand, the famous elven paladin of terror, is here at the Academy. Everybody's talking about it. I hope I get a chance to meet her when my shift is over. If you hurry, you can join her, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's it? My training's over? I'll keep in mind this is only the final stage of everything you've learned while... Okay, they do explain? Gotcha. All right, goodbye, guy. Yeah, you're just trying to explain it away.
All before me!
So if memory serves... this was for some magic, if you're one of those classes. This is the outside door over there. One of these is like different magic, like maybe clerical magic, and one of these is for rogues to steal and open treasure chests and things like that. But we're going to talk to the door guard.
Now that you've finished your training, you can go on into the South Assembly Hall if you want. Lady Arabeth is still granting blessings to all the Academy graduates.
Get out of my way. Oh, he doesn't move. Okay, fine. He just opens the door. Well, hello there, everybody. The important people of Rezron and Zarn and Naiad and Dealin. What's he dealin'? Kiki and Fonlim. These are all terrible names.
Congratulations. Your training here at the Academy is now complete. May the blessing of Tyr be upon you. I have been looking forward to meeting you. The instructors here at the Academy speak very highly of your skills. I am Lady Erebeth de Tilmarand.
You know, I'm going to try something real fast here. I'm going to turn down the music so that when I go to change the volume, the music won't blast out all of that much. So I don't know if the music is good in this game or not, but that'll just give me the best chance of you guys being able to hear the dialogue, I think. I don't know. It's weird how this is engineered.
Perhaps after the graduation ceremonies, we can speak in private. Neverwinter can use someone like you.
Why, Erebeth, I think we're in love.
We should arrange to... Wait, what was that? Did you feel it? Brace yourself, we are under attack.
Sorry, that's funny. Did you feel it? Fart. You felt it. Shoot him. Shoot him. You have a bow. Shoot him with your bow.
You cannot stand in my way!
Okay, so he does just auto-target then. So that's kind of nice. I'm actually glad that happens. Look at these dynamic fights.
Blood and bloody hell!
Did I hear him say blood and bloody hell? These people are dying. I don't normally play this kind of character, and these people usually live. So, at least that's my memory of it.
I must speak with you.
Yeah, well, hang on. Is there anything to get?
I must speak with you.
Yeah, shut up, lady. I'm robbing and stealing.
I must speak.
Oh my god.
Listen to me. There is not much time. I fear this is no random attack we have suffered.
It's gonna happen every time. Listen to me.
As you may already know, a number of creatures were brought from Waterdeep here to the Academy. It was believed the reagents for a spell to create a cure could be extracted from them.
Oh, there's a board game I want that's something like Waterdeep. I wonder if that's related or not.
We tried to keep this information secret, but this attack reveals our secret is well known, even to our enemies.
Enemies? Who are these enemies you speak of?
Neverwinter has many enemies. Some declare themselves openly, such as the city of Luskan. Others keep their identities hidden from us, striking from the shadows. I do not know who is behind this attack, but it is obvious they are here to destroy our hope of ending the Wailing Death. You must protect the Waterdavian creatures. They must not be allowed to fall into the enemy's hands.
Where can I find these creatures, Lady Erebeth?
I would take you to the creatures myself if I could, but I fear my presence would make protecting the creatures more difficult, if not impossible.
What you talking about, Willis? That doesn't make any sense. You're like the most powerful one here.
Our attackers appeared here in this room. It is likely their arrival was magically centered on me. They must have assumed I would be with the Waterdavian creatures.
Okay, I'll buy that excuse for just now.
Even now, our enemy may be watching me through magical means, hoping I will lead them right to where the creatures are kept. I cannot take that risk.
Sure, that's why they're watching you.
You must do this alone. Go back through the hallway leading to this room, and take the corridor to the east. It leads to the chambers where the Waterdavian beasts are being kept.
I will do as you command, Lady Erebeth.
Take this key. It will open the locked east door back in the hallway leading to this room. I will stay here. Hopefully my presence will draw the enemy away from the creatures they seek. Hurry! Make your way into the hall, and then to the chambers down the east corridor. That is where the Waterdavian beasts are kept.
You didn't record that line right after the previous one, did you?
The fate of Neverwinter depends on you. This key will open the door. May Tyr be with you.
Okay. My attacks felt extremely... Hey, hi.
I was expecting Aribeth, not some wet behind the ears. Well, let's see how you deal with my minions.
So I wonder if going ranged is actually a bad idea for the way that I'm cheating. Because... I don't know. We'll see. Once I get my familiar, it'll be different. So let's see. I'm getting about 20 XP. Ooh, that's not a lot of XP. So I don't... Hi! Where'd you come from? Hey, you too. Or maybe I might as well just, you know, clear crap out. So I'm going to have to keep in mind right now, at least this way, not great for taking on groups at the moment, so I might want to keep an eye out for some sort of group ability. Is that the only guy that was in here? Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, so see, like... Now I'm wondering, yeah, if I would have went melee, I believe there's an ability called Cleave, where you can just go from one to the next. But I don't know, maybe you can do that also as ranged? I'm not really certain. So it's the door we have to go through, but since I'm doing this already, I guess I might as well try and get some extra experience because levels matter. How did I miss? So yeah, this is the kind of thing that I want to see sped up. I'm noticing they're not dropping any stuff. And I'm grabbing these things just because I can sell them later. If I remember right, that statue you're supposed to target with some magic. If you believe in that sort of thing. Oh, what's the matter, drill instructor who's going to laugh at me because of a giant and something about lips? May not have been listening to him too closely. Just curious about how much... I wonder if there's a key I can press to, like, auto-attack nearest. Oh, there's another one. Another two. Right in the face. I remember early on thinking this is... I don't know what the deal is for these creatures. Are we able to come back here and do something regarding them? I don't know that I ever tried. Okay, they are dropping some things. Yeah, I don't know that I ever actually tried. So everybody's dead. We don't have to really waste too much time. Who do you think you are? Weak goblin? You see that guy? That's ridiculous. I also feel like this series is going to take a long time in general, just because it feels like it's so packed with stuff.
Your life.
Yeah, I survived. Ran away. So we've got a guy who seems tough, but he's running away and they're teleporting everywhere. So we got tropes stacking up. Stacks on stacks of tropes. I will be curious to finally understand what the story of this game is. So there is that. I am looking forward to that. I'm less looking forward to KOTOR and Mass Effect because I feel so familiar with those games already. It's going to be like, oh, I got to do this again. Oh, hey, Pavel.
Thank the gods you're here. I thought those goblins were going to be the death of me.
It's me, Pavel, remember? This whole place is crawling with enemies. They killed my brother Bim. Please, Fert, you have to let me join up with you. Join up? Yeah, this is how that works. Join up with me, meet Shield. Okay. So I'm sure he's not going to do the best. Port last, I just saw that location on the map of the opening sequence, or whatever you want to call it. Penelope, Penelope.
You're going down!
Skeletons. Okay, for a second there, I wasn't even looking at the screen. I thought for a second there that I was not getting, how do I want to put that? Experience points for, oops. So, like, that's something I'm going to have to look up. Like, is it going to be worth keeping the large bones? I don't know. The Penelopes and all the other little gems you get, I don't know what they're actually for. So I'll be alt-tabbing, especially between episodes, and trying to see if I can get an answer for this. I remember fire beetles and fire bellies. I don't remember getting all these bones. Big bones. Like the wine, is the wine worth keeping? Because it doesn't even seem to have an effect for the item. Ah, good old massive chest for 1 coin.
You're going down!
Pavel, you ran the wrong way, guy. Yeah. Worst meat shield ever. Ooh, there's a tough goblin. A turf goblin. First gonna beat the turf goblin. Why are you not firing at the enemy? He was clearly in sight. It was so weird. Because I thought we took him out already. I was literally looking for the thing he had dropped. Alright, discipline gloves. What do we got here? Discipline +3. I mean, I'll equip it. I forgot it's the inventory screen for that. I'll equip it, but it doesn't seem all that great. Never mind, Pavel. I'm trying to talk to you. I do remember sometimes remains were hard to see, because these look like fairly detailed tiles for back in the day. I mean, they're repetitive, of course. They have to be. So let's see if we're far enough back to do a little rest. Take a little nap. Yeah, okay. I just have a memory of feeling the need to go into some INI file and changing the range for that because it was just too sensitive for a while there. But that was definitely before it was the enhanced edition. I think it might have been like the diamond or whatever collection. And Pavel, you scared the crap out of me. I thought you were about to attack me. Get some water. One thing about, at least from what I remember of the layout of this game, is I think I have an idea. They're going to be on the longer side of episodes, but I feel like I have an idea as to the natural breakpoints. We'll see how it goes. Old man, what are you doing in here?
Many fierce enemies await you beyond this door. You need to draw upon all you have learned here at the Academy to survive.
Oh, it's a shame all I saw was my final exam then, huh? I don't need you to teach me how to level up. Yay, we've gone up a level. So I don't plan on doing any of the prestige classes. I don't think. Maybe I accidentally do Arcane Archer stuff, but I feel like I'm really just looking at sticking with the one class. Yeah, 24, 24 points. So animal empathy, I think, is going to be important for me. And I don't normally play this class, so let me read it real fast. A successful check allows a character to charm or dominate certain creatures. Animals and dire animals have a DC of 15 plus. The creature hit die. If the character fails a check by 5 or more, the creature will go hostile. Select the skill. Oh. Dominated creatures are commanded as if they were henchmen. The creature will remain dominated for 1 turn per level of the character using the skill. Per my character level, or per the job level, or per the skill level is not very clear. Right. So concentration. What does this do for us again? Oh, it's about distraction. Okay. Well, we need to put a couple points in that and the lock one when we see it. We should be able to listen. Should be able to know some lore. We went to school after all. There we go. Let's do the lock. Might as well have some parry ability. Definitely need to be able to persuade people. We should be able to search. I don't care about setting traps. We should be able to spot. Okay. That's the most I can do there. So we'll do that. Okay. No feats gained that time, however. Boo! Feats are my favorite. Is there anything in here? Nope. Just this way too large office. Why is this door open?
You can't win!
I find it interesting that the archer stuff also still does like the backstep and sidestep things. Why am I losing my voice? I shouldn't be. I feel like you do get 1 or 2 cool things even in this part, but I think there's some randomness to it. So, and there's like no... It's very Blizzard-esque in the sense that... Did I not grab that? I did not. It's very Blizzard-esque in the sense that there's no reason to assume what you get is going to really be for your guy. And they kind of kept that going for a long time. Speaking of Rob, I remember him getting real irritated with Mass Effect 3's online stuff because he could never get... Oh, I thought it was over, and it's not. Dude, really? Okay. I may have to go manual after all. That is getting a little ridiculous. We stand in the middle of the room so I know my guy can see and target these things. Nope, he just stopped attacking for no reason. Did it again. That is so weird. I don't recall that being a thing. Oh, it's just right here. Oh, look at that. A cloak of protection versus evil. Well, why not? Why not? That makes me very easy to see now. these single gold piece chests? I don't understand. Okay, so big room, I believe. Boy, they opened a lot of these doors of their own free will for reasons. Stop trying to talk to Pavel. Yeah, after this first episode, I'm going to look at the key bindings just to see if there's something like target nearest. Because sometimes I'm accidentally clicking where he moves, other times he's going to talk to Pavel. And I can also look up about what things am I supposed to keep versus not. Okay, so that side is clear. We'll go clear the other side. Oh, right in front of me. All right. It's taken care of. Whoa. Jeez. I didn't even remember there being scythes in this game. Oh, get out of the way. Definitely don't miss that part of this game. Thankfully, they don't do that anymore with their series. Okay. Nope, don't close the door. Just going this way. Take him right up the center, right in his face. Alright, we get a little treasure chest first. Pavel, why are you going on your own? Okay, I need you to get a little bit closer so I can see how we're doing. Sounds like it hurt. An archer's belt. Archer. Resistance to piercing. Not really sure why that's an archer's belt. I was hoping it was going to be like, you fire faster. Alright, we finally found the water Davian creatures and we can end the game. Alright. Well, those were the water Davian creatures, and now they're all gone. They've all disappeared. They've seemingly teleported or had themselves teleported or something. So let's talk to Fenthic Moss.
We came too late. The creatures are lost. The Academy students slain. No! This cannot be! How could this happen?
All is lost, Fenthic. The nymph has fled. The Yonti and the other creatures have escaped into the streets of the city. And where was Erebeth during all this?
Well, for one, I have come from Lady Erebeth. She sent me to protect the creatures. You are the student she sent? Did Erebeth really think a whelp such as this could defend the water Davian creatures? She should have come herself. Is she really so blind, Fenthic? Destler, I will have you speak no more ill of Lady Erebeth. She did what she thought was best. Bah! I know of the feelings you and Lady Arabeth have for each other, but it does nothing to change the facts. She was wrong to bring the creatures here. I will leave you and your lady love to clean up this mess, Fenthic. I must go and make arrangements to recover the cure Arabeth has so carelessly lost.
I need to speak to you.
What? I owe you my life, Fert. Without you, I wouldn't have made it out of here. I could have died just like my brother. You've got what it takes to be a great hero, maybe even a legend, but this life isn't for me. I know that now. Hey, you know what? Some people have what it takes, some don't. Your words are truer than you know. Heroes are born, not made. It's not quite what I was saying. Thank you once more for saving me. I know you'll be a great hero someday, but I don't want to risk my neck for fame and fortune.
I'm no hero. I just want a nice, quiet life. I doubt our paths will cross again anytime soon. Goodbye.
You must forgive Dester. The strain of the Wailing Death weighs heavily on the Helmites. As their leader, Dester has worked long and hard to help ease the suffering of Neverwinter, and this most recent setback has upset him greatly. I'm Fenthic Moss, priest of Tyr and companion of the Lady Arabeth. You must be the student Arabeth told me about.
Yes, I am, Fert. Dester and I arrived with reinforcements shortly after the attack began. We found Arabeth in the South Assembly Chamber, hard-pressed by dozens of the mysterious assailants. We managed to drive off the attackers, and Arabeth told us she had sent one of the students on ahead to defend the creatures. While Arabeth tended to the wounded, one of the mages who had arrived with the reinforcements teleported Dester and me to this room. Alas, we arrived to find the cages upturned, the creatures fleeing. Do you know who attacked the academy? We have no clue as to who planned the attack, and I doubt any prisoners we take will know anything about who is truly behind this. A few straggling goblins are all that remain of our attackers, but I fear we have lost this battle. The Waterdavian creatures are gone. In any case, discovering their identity is secondary. Our first priority must be to recapture the creatures so that we may extract a cure for the Wailing Death. I will help you in this task, Fenthic. From all accounts, you are a capable man. Arabeth told me the instructors at the academy spoke very highly of you. I do not know what role you are to play in this. That is for Lady Arabeth to decide. You must meet her at the Halls of Justice in the coming week. Lady Arabeth will have more information for you then. Hopefully, we'll have a better understanding of what we're up against. We must all do our part. I'll meet you there then. And up another level. Let's be a better ranger. So let's keep our class skills that we already have points in up. Don't know that we're ever going to really use hide. I don't know if that's the thing that really happens much or not. All right. I don't know if we're going to need this either, so I'm just like putting points in it just to be careful, you know? Ooh, we get a feat. So what do we got here? We have alertness. This will increase spot and listen checks. Okay. Armor proficiency heavy we're not going for. Blind fight. Yeah, it's not for us. Brew potion. Called shot. It grants the ability to make a potentially disabling attack against an opponent's arms or legs. I see. But they're harder to hit. Dirty fighting. Oh, right. I remember that one. Disarm. Dodge. What's expertise? A character with this feat can make defensive attacks, gaining a +5 bonus to AC, but receiving a penalty to attack rolls. Great fortitude. Improved initiative. Improved parry. Improved unarmed strike. What's iron will? Saving throws for will. Knockdown. Lightning reflexes will do what? Reflex saving throws. Mounted combat. Power attack. Rapid reload. What is this? The character is able to reload so quickly that they get the same number of attacks with any crossbows they would if they were using a normal bow. Oh, geez. So crossbow is even slower, huh? Yikes. Oh, but wait. This one says rapid shot. A character with this feat gains an extra attack per round with a ranged weapon, excluding crossbows. When rapid shot is attempted, the extra attack is made at the character's highest base attack bonus, but all attacks within the round suffer a -2 penalty. I'm thinking about it. Resist disease, resist energy, resist poison, scribe scroll. What is this? Oh, okay. Stealthy, thug, initiative and persuade checks, toughness, weapon finesse does what? A character with this feat is adept at using light weapons subtly and effectively, allowing him to make melee attack rolls. Okay, so I don't need that. Weapon focus. A character with this feat is particularly skilled with a specific weapon, gaining a +1 attack bonus with it. Weapon proficiency, exotic. What are exotic things? Nope, I won't be using them. In Zen archery, wisdom guides the character's ranged attacks, letting them use their wisdom modifier if it is higher instead of their dexterity when firing ranged weapons. That actually seems really, really good, so I'm going with it. Because of my cheating, it seems really, really good. Under normal circumstances, I'm not so sure that would have been the case. Because otherwise, there's going to be that rapid shot.
In one brutal attack, the promise of those at the Academy had been all but snuffed out. Hope disappeared with the Waterdhavian creatures, and the weight of the terrible sickness pressed down on the city once more. Even more chilling, the whispered rumors of enemies seeking to destroy Neverwinter from within had proved true, though the identity of those responsible for the slaughter was as yet unknown. Still, a flicker of hope yet remained, for not all had died in the attack. From the bloody carnage at the Academy, a survivor had stepped forward, a champion to carry the torch in this darkest hour.
Okay. We're nearing the end of this here. I just want to talk to Erebeth and maybe bring us right up to the doors to the first other section is what I'm thinking right now.
You were quick to answer the summons. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to the halls of justice.
This is a mistake, Fenthic. We know nothing about this whelp. How can you so blindly trust them?
Dessler, please. Furt showed great promise throughout his training at the Academy and has done even more in the week since the attack. Rarely has a recruit shown such potential after so short a training period. If we are to have any hope of finding a cure for the Wailing Death, we need people like him in the service of Neverwinter. I am honored to serve Neverwinter, Fenthic. And I still say we should put our faith in my Hellmite brethren rather than an unproven boy. Erebeth holds him in the highest regard, and Lord Nasher placed her in charge, not you. I'm just noticing now this does that awful, terrible writing thing where it's like, we've got to say everybody's name repeatedly to have any idea who's talking to who, even though context clues kind of tell us who's talking to who. Please, you must forgive him. The plague takes a heavy toll on us all, a toll made even greater in the past weeks by the attack on the Academy and the loss of the cure. Dessler had better watch his mouth or he might lose some teeth. I don't like being talked to the way he's doing it. You do not understand. The true horror of the Wailing Death had yet to be felt within the Academy's walls. The quarantine of Neverwinter has done little to halt the spread of the Wailing Death. Bonfires burn night and day as the city watch dispose of the dead, yet the corpses are piled ever higher. It is all we can do to contain the chaos and maintain order within the various city districts. Rumors run rampant, and the citizens are on the verge of panic. What rumors? Because the plague cannot be cured by the priests or clerics of the city, some claim it is an unnatural thing sent by an unknown enemy bent on destroying Neverwinter. The attack on the Academy in these past weeks will only make things worse once people learn how Erebeth lost the cure through her lack of faith. I will not have you question the faith of my true love. Erebeth believed the Academy to be a safe haven. Anyway, it is not our place to even discuss such things. My Lady Arabeth is in charge, appointed by Lord Nasher himself to stop the Wailing Death. You must talk to her as soon as possible. I will go to her at once. She awaits you in the chamber beyond the north doors. There she works tirelessly to put an end to the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Go with the blessing of Tyr upon you. We talk to this idiot. You guys say.
Delivered the Waterdavian creatures to my Hellmites. News of their arrival would not have spread so quickly through the city. We could have kept their location secret and prevented the tragedy that befell the Academy.
Interesting. Okay. So he seems gruff, yet maybe still a good guy. Kind of hard to tell. Nurse.
Listen to me here. I must speak with you.
Oh, God, she's being clingy again.
Welcome to you. I regret I did not get a chance to introduce myself properly to you while you were training at the Academy. I am Lady Arabeth de Tilmarand, Paladin in the service of Tyr, and the right hand of Nasher Alagondar, Lord of Neverwinter. I have been waiting for you.
You were waiting for me? Why?
I have been following your progress since your early training at the Academy. Neverwinter has need of one like you if we are to survive the Wailing Death. The attack on the Academy doused the one faint spark of hope the city had. I need you to help recover that which we have lost.
It will be an honor to serve you.
I knew I could count on you. There are many rumors about the plague, but if you are to aid me in this, it is important you know the truth about the Wailing Death. Our divine healers can do nothing to help those afflicted by the Wailing Death. And even our most powerful magic cannot raise those who succumb to the illness. But a short time ago, we had word that Kelvin Blackstaff Arunson, the famous Archmage of Waterdeep, had discovered a potential cure, one that might be concocted from the essence of 4 rare and magical creatures.
I have heard of such rumors before.
Under great secrecy, the 4 creatures were gathered in Waterdeep, then sent here to Neverwinter. As strange a menagerie as any has ever set eyes on.
Oh.
A cockatrice, an intellect devourer, a yonti, and a dryad.
Cockatrice. Woo, when that one comes up, we got a point.
I ordered them sent to the Academy, Neverwinter's renowned training institution for adventurers of every ilk. I once studied there myself, and I thought the instructors and students were loyal to Lord Nasher.
So you think someone within the Academy betrayed you?
The Academy may have been betrayed from within, or perhaps I simply put too much faith in the instructors, students, and staff to keep this news secret, as Desta claims. You were there. You saw the slaughter. The attack caught us unprepared. You are one of only a handful of survivors from the carnage of the Academy. Fenthic and Desta arrived with reinforcements, but during the confusion of battle, the Waterdavian creatures disappeared into the streets of Neverwinter, and our hopes of a cure vanished with them.
How may I serve you in this?
Your task in this is twofold. First, find the Waterdavian creatures and bring them back to me, at any cost. We need to harvest components from these creatures if we are to concoct a cure for the Wailing Death. This is your most important duty. Second, we must discover who was behind the attack on the Academy. Any evidence you uncover in this matter should be brought to Fenthic. He is the one assigned the task of unmasking our hidden enemy.
I will do as you command, Lady Arabeth.
I ask for your discretion in this matter. News of the attack and strange creatures roaming the city will only add to the panic and chaos already in the streets. To aid you in your task, I will give you this Stone of Recall. You will find it to be a valuable tool in your quest.
How does it work?
Activate the Stone of Recall at any time, and it will instantly teleport you and anyone in your service back here to the Temple of Tyr. Anytime you go through the teleportation portal in Tyr's temple, it will instantly send you and any companions back to the place your stone was last activated.
Handy.
There is little else I can tell you about this mission. Whenever you need provisions, come speak to me again, and I can sell them to you through the store here at Tyr's temple. Take this gold so you can buy the necessary supplies for your mission. Remember to stock up on healing potions before you go. They will be critical to your survival.
I will begin my search at once.
You might want to seek someone to accompany you in your mission. There are a number of mercenaries for hire at the Trade of Blades, located in the city core.
I absolutely do not want.
A good place to begin your search for the missing creatures might be the Peninsula District. There have been several eyewitness accounts of strange beasts in the area. Farewell. May Tyr guide your steps.
Okay, do I have stuff to sell? I do. But you know what? I was just thinking I'm actually going to make the next episode walking around the city and then into the Peninsula District. So we'll call it here, guys. Thanks for joining, and we'll see how this goes. Bye.
Let's Player needs food badly.